My name is Adrianne, and today I'm your guide during this 1 hour yoga practice for cultivating gratitude. We'll include breathing, movement starting with easy pose on our mat. We'll move to sun salutation, tree, eagle, seated forward bend, wide-legged, seated forward bend, seated spinal twist, and we'll end with Savasana to incorporate gratitude and rest. Don't worry if any or all these poses are unfamiliar to you or are new to you. I will do my best to guide you through this practice and through each and every pose. But remember, if at any time anything that I suggest to you causes you pain or you recognize that it's simply not right for you, please, by all means, pull back, go into a resting or seated position. Remember, this is your yoga, your practice. I'm just a guide here to share this experience with you. Gather some props that might help you through this practice. For example, I like blocks. If you don't have blocks, feel free to use hardcover books that are about the same size. Also, you might want a blanket, or if you have a pillow, this happens to be one of my favorite blankets, or a pillow, have that near you so that you can grab it at any time that you need it during the practice. So let's start on our mats on the floor in what is known as easy pose. Some people call it crisscross applesauce. We may remember this pose when we were a child. As long as you're comfortable. This is where I use my block, the first instance where I use my block, so that I can elevate my hips higher than my knees. Makes it easier for me to cross my legs. And we'll sit here for 5 to 10 minutes. We want to observe our regular breath. Sometimes when you stop to observe your breath, you change it. But here, let's simply begin by observing our breath, inhaling and exhaling through our noses. You're invited to lower your gaze or close your eyes here. If you see me with my eyes open, it's because I want to hold space for you and watch the time. But continue to breathe in and out for 6 breaths. It's during this time when we're breathing that I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Do so in a positive and quietly to yourself. For example, I am everything that I need. I have enough. My heart is full of gratitude. Once you cycle through those 6 inhales and exhales, on your next inhale, hold for 3, exhale for 6. If a cycle of inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 6 doesn't work for you, choose the ratio that does work for you. We'll do this for 6 cycles. Continue to breathe. If you happen to be congested or otherwise have difficulty exhaling through your nose, feel free to exhale through your mouth. Inhale deeply and exhale through your mouth. Feel free to sigh it out or as if you're blowing through a straw. Just notice what you notice with your breath. Does it feel cool on the inhale? Is it warm on the exhale? There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just continue to breathe at your own pace. When you feel as if you've come to 6 cycles, I invite you to flow with me through sun salutation. For that, we have to stand up. So I'm going to remove my block and get it out of the way so that I don't trip over it. This is your yoga in your flow. So you do it at your own pace. I'll guide you through the first one and feel free to adjust as it best for you. Make sure you take your time getting up to the mat. We're not in any rush. So bring yourself to the front of your mat. With your feet about hip width distance apart. That's roughly 2 fists. Spread your toes wide if you're in your bare feet or stocking feet to get a good grip on the mat. Press all 4 corners of your feet into the mat. Standing up tall, pull your belly button towards your spine and let your arms come to your sides with your palms facing out, facing forward. Continue to breathe in and out for several breaths as we get grounded in our standing position. This is our mountain position. Roll your shoulders blades back. Shoulders are down, and bring your palms in front of your heart. Remember the intention that you set for your practice. I am full of gratitude. I am enough. I have everything that I need. Mountain pose, either with your hands at your palms, your palms at your heart, or face forward, is a resting pose. You can come back to this pose at any time if anything that I suggest doesn't resonate with you, or if you feel tired. Take an inhale and an exhale. Your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Be careful of your light fixtures. Join your palms at the top of your head. You can come to a slight back bend. And we're going to come into a forward fold, either keeping your palms together as you go down, or from here you can do a swan dive. I'm exhaling as I come and I touch my toes. If you can't touch your toes, touch your calves. If you can't touch your calves, touch your thighs. Just reach towards your mat and stretch as far as you can. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. On your inhale, you're going to come up to a flat back. So place your hands, your palms at your knees, your thighs, your shins, whatever position works for you so you can have a flat back. You might be here, fingertips. You can also have your blocks if you need that to elevate on either position. Whatever length that you need, you can have to have your fingertips down. Exhale. Sweep back up. Palms there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, spread your palms wide as you set your feet back and come into a plank position. You want your wrists underneath your elbows underneath your shoulders. Your feet are about hip width apart, and your buttocks isn't too high or too long. You want to have one straight line from the top of your head to your feet. From here, do a reverse push-up or lower down. Chest, chin, knees. Your forehead can tap as you continue to breathe in and out. On your next inhale, raise your chest in the top of your head. You're looking forward. Your chest is open, but you're not putting a lot of pressure on your hands. Your back is doing it. This is a low cobra. Or you can come up to a dog. Exhale back down. Curl your toes. Or come up to your hands and knees as you lift your hips and come into a downward dog or pyramid position. My hands are firmly on the mat. My fingers are pressed. I'm distributing my weight and I'm looking towards my stomach. As I inhale and exhale. From here, I'm going to look up and walk my hands to my feet. And now I'm in a forward fold position. Again, my hands are touching my knees, my shins, my ankles, top of my toes, the mat, wherever I am. Again, I can use the blocks if I need to bring the ground up to me. Inhale and exhale. On my next inhale, I come to that flat back again. Exhale down. And now I'm going to come back to mountain position and reverse swan dive. Sweeping my arms up with my head and my neck coming up last. Put my palms in front of me. We're going to breathe here a couple breaths. Remember, inhale and exhale. That was our first sun salutation. We're going to do 4 more of those, but I invite you to do it at your own pace. You can do this faster or slower. This time, try to incorporate one breath and one exhale with each movement. So, inhale, exhale. Inhale, Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Going to come to this end of the mat just to see from a different angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Be careful. Don't hit your head. Or make sure you have enough space in your practice. Let's do one more sun salutation. Sweep the arms up. Slight back bend, hands, palms touching. Exhale down to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. Down into plank. Elbows close to my ribs, lower down. Knees first, chest, forehead. Up to cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Step up to my hands. Inhale for flat back. Exhale. Inhale, sweep up, 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 up. Slight back bend. Back to mountain pose. Keep moving at your own pace till you have flowed through 6 sun salutations. If you don't do anything else for a yoga practice, a series of sun salutations to start your day is never wrong. Depending on how fast you want to go, your heart's probably really racing now. You can bring your hands down by your sides, palm facing forward, while we catch our breath. Feel free to return to your intention at any time during your practice. I am enough. We're going to go into our next flow. which is our tree pose. Tree pose may be one of the first balancing poses that you learn. It was definitely the first that I learned. This is something that's good to do even when you're brushing your teeth or while you're cooking. The older we get, the more important our balance is. We don't want to fall. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Tree pose can often look easier than it is. But remember to have a good time when you're doing tree pose. You can lean your hand on something. You can lean your back on something. There's no right or wrong way to do it. The only thing that you have to do is keep breathing. So we'll start from mountain pose. Bring your feet together. I'm going to start, put the weight on my right leg. So I take the weight on my right leg. On my left leg, I'm just going to make my left foot, I'm just going to make a little kickstand here. So my left heel is on my right ankle. My left toes are on the mat. My hands are on my hip. This is good enough if you want to stop here. If you want to move a little further, bring the sole of your feet, of your left foot, to your right shin. Make sure your left knee is pointing out to the left, not to the front. So your hips are as forward as you can get them. At this point, you want to focus on something that is not moving, so probably don't look at me. Some people can take their sole of their foot up to their thigh. I can't always do that, but I'll show you with a little support here. So it would look like that. Your foot is up to your thigh. But I'm going to keep my foot to my shin where I know I'm comfortable. At this point, I'm moving. I've got my hips forward. I'm moving my hands to prayer position, which is one option. I'm breathing the entire time. Remember, if you fall out, just come back in. So my hands could be out by my side, up in a Y, fingers pointed towards the sky, prayer position, or back here. Remember that I'm breathing. I've got a slight bend in my right knee. I'm inhaling and exhaling for 6 breaths. On my 7th, I'm bringing my knee up. Whew. My supporting leg always needs a little love after. So feel free to walk in a circle while you shake that out, or plant those right toes and just do a little circle. Observe what you observe. Maybe you feel warmth in that supporting leg. Whatever we do on one side, we're going to do to the other side. So this time, I'm going to put my weight on my left leg. Kickstand my right foot out. My right heel is on my left ankle. I've got my hands on my hips. Again, if this is as far as you want to go, that's fine. You don't have to go any further. If you like, you can bring the sole of your right foot to your left shin. My right knee is pointing towards my right wall, not to the front. but out to the side. Again, if I could get my thigh up, if I could get my foot on my thigh, I can do that. But whatever I do not want my foot on my knees. Never, ever, ever do that. I'm taking my hands to my heart. I'm looking at something that's not moving. Again, don't look at me. I can move my palms facing front, a Y, clasp with fingers pointing up, prayer. Coming back to my heart, putting a slight bend in my left leg. And I'm always breathing in and out. Once I've cycled through my 6 breaths, bring my knee in. Woo! That left leg needs to be shaken out now. So I walk around in a circle. Notice what you notice. Do you feel tingling in that other leg? That's our first balance pose. Now we're going to attempt to get into eagle pose. Again, if any time any of these suggestions don't work for you, this is your yoga, your practice. You can come into a mountain pose, which is a resting pose. Feet hip width apart. Crown of my head reaching towards the ceiling or the sky. Shoulders rounded back, palms facing forward. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes and simply breathe in and out. That's one resting pose you could take at any time. Now for eagle pose, let's start with crossing our left thigh over our right thigh. Raise your arms out. Cross your right arm over your left arm. Bend at the elbow and see if you can get your palms to touch. If your palms don't touch, maybe the back of your hands touch, whatever you can get close together. Now my shoes are a little bulky, but I'll turn to the side. Actually, I should turn to this side so you can see I've crossed my left over and I'm hooking the goal. Maybe it's better if you see from the back. I'm coming around, and I've got my left toes hooked around my right shin. My back is straight as I can get it. My head is lifted up through my crown. So my knees are bent, straight. This is my eagle pose. Raise my elbows and continue to breathe. Now that feels, I can really feel that. So I'm not going to, I have to adjust how I bend so that I don't cause myself any discomfort. I'm inhaling, exhaling. Slowly unwind my left foot, unwind my arms, and then back into my mountain pose. Now I'm going to go into eagle on the other side. So I wrap my right thigh over my left thigh, bending at the knee as I hook my right foot around my left shin, bending, my back is straight, Put my arms out, cross them, hook the left arm open. It's always opposite leg and opposite arm that are wrapped. Looking up, raise my shoulders. Remembering to breathe. I come back to mountain pose. That's a pose that I can't stay in very, very long. So I have to do it multiple times as I work my way up to be able to increase the pose. So let's do it one more time on each side. So I'm starting in mountain pose, roll my shoulders back, feet hip width apart, palms facing forward, the crown of my head extended up. I'm inhaling and exhaling. I've lowered my gaze and my eyes are closed. I'm taking a couple minutes here. Feel what sensations you feel in your legs. Your feet are grounded, your toes are spread wide. Can you feel any sensations running through your body? Take a moment just to observe, not judge. Simply observe what's happening in your body. So we'll do eagle pose one more time. Gonna take my left. Did I start with that? I think I started. So I'll take my right leg, thigh crossed over my left thigh. I bend as I hook my right foot behind my left shin. Open my arms, palms down, cross over, left over top, bend at the elbows. My palms are together. My elbows are raised. And I'm breathing. Oh, I'm out and I'm back into mountain. And I'm giving my left calf some love by rotating out as my toes stay planted. Oh, I think I have to walk around in a circle. Feel what you feel. You may not feel what I feel. You don't have to feel what I feel. It's your yoga, your practice. Just notice what you feel. You're an observer to what's happening within your body. Back in mountain pose for a couple breaths. Next, I move my left thigh over my right thigh as I hook my left toes and foot behind my right shin. My legs are bent, my back is straight. My arms are out, palms down, and I cross my right arm over and my palms are touching. Lift my elbows as I struggle to stay in the pose. If you fall out, just fall back in. So I'm recrossing my left leg over, hooking my toes, bend. My crown is reaching up. My back is straight. My elbows are lifted and I'm breathing. Oh, again, I'm working out that right calf. As I breathe and I walk it on out. Coming back to mountain pose, and I'm coming back to my intention. I am enough. I have everything that I need. I have a grateful heart. I'm observing where I feel this. I have 2 tingling calves. I can feel the energy as if it's shooting out of my toes. Continue in this mountain pose with your gaze lowered or your eyes closed. Breathe in deeply. Exhale deeply. It's time for us to come back to our mats as we get ready for our next positions. Continue to breathe. Yoga is as much about breathing as it is about movement. So as long as you're breathing, you're doing fine. So from here, we're back to our mats. And we're going to go into a seated forward bend. So get down to your mat as gracefully as you can. I like to often come down on hands and knees first. Then tuck my feet underneath me. For seated forward fold, we're going to start with our legs out in front of us. And our toes flexed, coming toward our face. Spine is straight. This is what's called staff position. From here, inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. And with a straight back, reach over and grab what you can grab. If you can touch your toes, great. If you can touch your shins, great. Touch your thighs, great. Just reach. Inhale and exhale. Keeping your spine straight. You have a line of energy going from the crown of your head down through your spine. Continue to inhale and exhale through 5 rounds. Each inhale, sit up straighter, and on the exhale, see if you can reach a little further. This is a great place to have your blocks. As you reach, you can place your hands on the blocks. Even sliding the blocks further back, further forward with each exhale. Your toes are still flexed. Once you cycle through about 5 breaths, you can take your forward fold and bring your heads down. Oh, yes. If you've got a blanket or a towel, you can have that on your lap to lay your stomach on. As you come over, This time I'm rounding my back. I'm putting my forehead to my knees. That's the goal anyway. And continuing to breathe. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knees. In fact, you can put that blanket underneath your knees for support. Just reach as far as you can. And we'll stay in this position and cycle through 5 breaths. If this position isn't comfortable for you, feel free to come to one of any resting position that you choose. Since we're on our mat, one resting position that you might want to choose is child's pose. You can start by sitting on your knees. Stretch your arms out in front of you and bring your forehead to the mat. If you need support under your knees, this is where your blanket can come in handy to provide some cushion. Your hands can be out in front of you or by your side or in prayer behind your head. If this doesn't work for you, another resting pose is to bring your knees into your back. To lay on your back and bring your knees into your chest. If you're still in your forward fold, congratulations. But also gently come up by walking your hands up your thighs, slowly rolling up with your neck and your head is the last to come up. From here, we're going to go into wide-legged, seated forward fold. A wide is a relative term. So just open your legs as wide as feels comfortable. And sit forward. You want to sit on those bony things underneath. You don't want to be back. And you don't want to be too forward yet because we are going to fold. I even like sitting on a block. That just works best for me. So make whatever adjustments that you need. Actually, my block might be too high today, so I'm going to take my blanket. But I feel like I need a little support underneath. Always listen to your body over my words. It's your yoga, your practice. So sit up straight with your crown reaching towards the sky or your ceiling. My hands are on my calves. Yours may be on your thighs, your knees. You might even have them behind you for support. Your chest is open. In this practice of gratitude, we're breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 6. Your gaze may be lowered or your eyes are closed. See where you notice this in your body. Perhaps in your hamstrings, perhaps your inner thighs or the top of your thighs. But your spine is as straight as it can be. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up. Your gaze follows your hands. Exhale, you lean forward. Your back is straight and your hands lay. They fall wherever they fall. You could be here, could be here, could be there. But we're here together and we're breathing. Our toes are flexed. Toes are coming in towards us. Our shoulders are not up by our ears, but instead they're down and relaxed as we breathe in and out. And we exhale. We imagine we can go a little deeper. Again, notice where you notice this. You're an observer to what's happening with your body in this practice. And your blocks are your friends if you need those. You can walk your hands out with your blocks on every exhale. We are extended, our wide-legged, extended forward bend or forward fold. Breathing in and breathing out. Now I'm going to lower, I have my blocks up, I'm going to lower them down to a flatter position as I bring my head down towards the floor. My back is rounded now. And with each exhale, I kind to come a little closer to the floor. On my next inhale, I'm going to walk my hands up my legs. So roll up back to our original seated position. Going to bend my right knee and then bring my left knee until the soles of my feet are touching each other. Bring your legs in as close, as comfortable to your body. Your feet may be here, your feet may be there. Just try to have your soles together. You can touch your ankles. You can grab under your feet as you're in this bind position. Your back is straight. Let me turn so you can see. I'm still seated on my blanket. That's much more comfortable for me in this position than just directly on the mat. So from here, I butt in one foot and then the other. I have my hands under my feet. My shoulders are down, away from my ears. My back is straight. Crown of my head is lifted. And I'm breathing and observing what I feel. From this position, we're going to come back to easy pose. Sweep our arms up. My right arm falls to the mat. I extend my left arm towards the right side of the room, looking up and in the direction of my underarm. My next inhale, I drop that left hand. Reach the right arm over. Bring my hands together on my inhale, and on my exhale, turn my abdomen to the right. My right hand comes behind me. My left hand over my right knee. I'm looking over my right shoulder for a gentle twist. Inhale and exhale. On my next inhale, I come up, back to center, turn towards the left, drop my left arm behind me, cross my right arm over my left knee, look over my left shoulder for a gentle twist on this side. And breathe in and out. Bring my hands back to center, down to the mat, and as gracefully as possible, I'm going to come to my hands and knees. Again, my wrists are underneath my elbows. My elbows are underneath my shoulders. My hands are spread wide on the mat. My knees are about hip width apart. My toes are flat. Tops of my feet are flat on the mat. And we're going to inhale, looking up. Our shoulders are dropped. My chest is forward. I'm arching my back. My stomach is coming down in the direction of the floor. As I exhale, push up my hands to a rounded back. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale. Does this look like a cow to you? This is cow position. This is cat position. On my next inhale, exhale, come down to my feet. Turn myself over. And I'm going to lean back. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And bring my knees into my chest. Remember, this is a resting position that you can take at any time. If you ever feel tired or if what's offered isn't what you would like to receive, my eyes are closed, but you can lower your gaze. And I'm going to keep my knees together and rotate them in a little circle. My lower back is making contact with the mat. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Always breathing. Pull your knees close. Hug, hug, hug yourself. Hug yourself. Remember your intention. I'm enough. I have everything that I need. I have a grateful heart. Tee your arms out. You can be palms down or palms up. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower both knees over to your right side while you look at your left palm. If your knees don't come all the way to the floor, you can provide some support with your trusty block. If that left shoulder is coming off the floor, you can take a block or your blanket to provide support on that side. We're now in a spinal twist. Breathe in and out. And observe where you feel this. No judgment, just observation. Continue to breathe in and out. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your knees back to center. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Tee your arms out, either palms up or palms down. And then gently lower your knees over to the left side. Turn your head, look at your right palm. If the knees aren't going all the way down to the floor on the left side, take your block, your book, your blanket, your towel, your pillow, place it underneath that left knee so you have support. We're aiming to keep our right shoulder on the floor. If you need a little support to make that happen, grab your pillow, your blanket, whatever feels good. Remember to continue to breathe in and out. You can take that left hand and place it on your right knee to enhance your twist if that feels good to you. Listen to your body. We're breathing in and out. Your next inhale, bring those knees back up to center. Circle them around. You're invited to open your legs. Circle them around. See if you feel a difference compared to when your knees are together. From here, we're going to go into our final resting. It's called Savasana. I remember my very first yoga teacher said, this is the most important part of practice. Let your body rest and incorporate everything together. If this doesn't speak to you or you can't, you have to go, I want to thank you for coming today. But otherwise, I invite you to stretch your right leg out, your foot towards the right side of your mat, your left foot to the other side of the mat. Your palms can be up if you want to receive or down for grounding. That's the standard corpse pose. If that doesn't speak to you, you can bring the soles of your feet together, or place your left hand on your stomach, your right hand on your heart, your right hand on your stomach, your left hand on your heart. Your legs are just out like a butterfly, relaxed. There are other alternatives, such as legs up the wall. You can literally go to a wall if you have one. I can show you how you would get in that position next to my dresser. I think I can. Just come as close, your hips close to the dresser as possible. While you turn your legs around and then scoot up. That would be one position for legs up the wall in your rest. I'm going to stay in a position on the floor. It's also good to have your blanket, because when you go into a resting position, your body can cool down. I could actually use the bigger blanket. Or come down in whatever position you've chosen for your final rest. In other positions, your soles of the feet can just be on the floor. Again, with your hand on your stomach or your heart. Whichever position you take, be sure to just let everything go. Tense, 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 tense. Ball the fist, ball your face up in the fence, clench your buttocks, squeeze your thighs, squeeze, 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 and then relax. Soften that space behind your eyes. Soften your tongue and your jaw. Soften your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists, your hands. Soften the front of your body and soften your back. Remember to keep breathing in and out. Breathe your normal breath. Or deeper inhales and side out exhales if you choose. While you soften everything from your hips down to the bottom of your feet. Take that blanket, wrap it over yourself for warmth, comfort. You're going to stay here 3 to 5 minutes, maybe more. But don't worry about the time. I'm here to keep time for you and watch over our space. Just continue to breathe in and out. In Gently start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe circle your wrists and your ankles. Turn your head from side to side. As if you're saying no, yes. Gently roll over to one side. Pick your favorite side. And rest there with your cheek on your hands like a little pillow. Drawing your knees up towards your face in a comfortable fetal position. Take 2 breaths in. And of course, 2 breaths out. Your gaze is still lowered, your eyes are still closed, and when you're ready, come up to the elbow that's closest to the floor. Put the opposite palm out in front of you as you push yourself up. And come around and meet me back in easy position like we started. This time, cross the opposite leg. The one you don't normally cross. Your eyes are still closed or your gaze is still lowered. Your hands are on your knees or your thighs. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Look up towards your hands. Bring your palms down to your heart position and remember the intention you set at the beginning of class. Maybe it was I'm enough. Maybe it was I have everything that I need. Maybe it was I have an open and grateful heart. Whatever it was, I want to share with you that I'm grateful that we spent this time together and that you allowed me to be your guide for this cultivating gratitude practice. May you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.